Hi my friends, welcome to Forever Yoga with Susannah. I'm Susannah and today's class is all about hip happiness. So if you're a human and live in a Western culture, your hips may not be so happy. Why? Because you spend so much of your life sitting in chairs, sitting in cars, and walking and biking and jogging and moving in this way. And it is not any surprise that so many of us experience tightness and ultimately pain in our hips. Now, if you're like me and you discovered yoga, you might have had the experience of the postures that we call hip openers. And hip openers feel amazing on tight hips because they are a stretch. But I have a news flash for you, my friends. Unfortunately, hip opening yoga postures are not the long-term solution to hip tightness and hip pain. In fact, they can turn out to be more problems than they solve because they destabilize the hip joint. And unfortunately, yoga practitioners who do over and over so many of these hip opening yoga postures can actually be headed down the path towards hip replacement, even more so than the average person that doesn't do yoga. Amazing, huh? So here we are. It's not too late. The solution to hip tightness and hip pain is hip strengthening. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to work on yoga postures that strengthen the hips and add mobility through not just external rotation, but internal rotation. So go get what you need. And before you go, I have a favor to ask. Could you let me know you're here? Because it's really important to me. If I'm going to do this YouTube channel and share my love of yoga, I need to know you're with me. And if you would be so kind as to, underneath this video, there's a place where you can write a comment. Type in the words hip happiness and anything else you might want to say to me today. But if you could just type in hip happiness, then I'll know you're here. And go ahead and click on the subscribe button. There's also a little bell. If you click the bell, you'll get a notification every time I upload a new video. So thumbs up would also be great. Go get what you need. Your mat, a block today would be good. And I'll meet you back standing, where we will start today, like we always do, by getting grounded. Hi, welcome back. Begin today with your feet stepping close together but not touching, approximately 1 inch apart. And when you get there, take a moment to feel the soles of your feet. Connect to the tripod of each foot, big toe mound, pinky toe mound in the back of your heels. Looking forward, so your mind is in your feet, but your gaze is forward. And then lift all of your toes, spread them. And while you're spreading your toes, pressing down with the feet, the tripods. Find an easy breath through your nose here. Strengthening the feet by lifting the toes and energizing, tightening the muscles of your feet. And then notice what's happening to the muscles of your kneecaps and thighs all the way up into your glutes. Good. You can lower the toes back down. Now, our grounding opening sequence here is going to involve taking us off of our sense of being grounded slightly in order to adapt and coming back to a place of center. So close your eyes if you're comfortable with that, or you can have a soft gaze. But eyes closed or open, start to move around side to side, forward and back. Very small movements. So yeah, you're taking yourself off balance, and then your brain and all the muscles of your body have to adapt and do it in random ways. So everything has to adjust quickly. Good. Breathing a little bit lightly through your nose. Awareness of the feeling of the soles of your feet touching the mat or the floor. When you go forward, feel the pressure in your toes, back onto the heels, sides of your feet. Everything presses down in different ways as you move in different directions. Good. Come back to a sense of being at your center. Pause here. Shoulders can come up to ears. Inhale. Exhale, roll your shoulder blades down your back. Have your palms be turning forward. And pause in Easy Tadasana. Simple breaths through your nose. Excellent. Open your eyes. Let's begin some more movement. So step out side to side. So as if you were beginning a Zumba class or something, go side to side as we warm up our joints and prepare today for some hip work. So my goal for today's class is to work on strengthening hips and really preparing our hips for not having hip replacements. Okay. Okay, here you go. Step over to the front of your mat. Feet hip width apart, knees slightly bent. We're bringing your arms up to parallel to the floor. Pull your elbows back behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press your hands down as you bend the knees more. And when you do that, see what you really feel in your ankles and in your calves. Then the inhale brings the arms back up and again. So let's press, inhale, squeeze. Press, inhale, squeeze. So make a circle. Inhale and press. Good. Pause, hands on hips, step right foot back, just step back onto the ball and toe of your right foot, and we'll bend and straighten here. So bend and straighten. Go ahead, squeeze your butt when you do this. Bend and straighten. Now the arms, inhale up, squeeze back. So same arms as before in the lunge. Make a circle. Pause here. We will come out of this by bringing the back foot forward and up into balancing crane pose. So inhale, slide that foot forward, get your balance, flex your foot. Now extend, bend, extend, bend. Pause, option to extend both arms up, hold here, and release, bringing that foot right back to the floor, and we'll do the other side. So let's start with the same thing. To mix up the loads on our muscles, take your feet a little teeny bit wider for this side. So bend your knees and come forward and squeeze back. Inhale. So remember, we're trying to give our bodies new experiences, and it can be very subtle. Just by stepping a little bit wider or less wide, doesn't really matter as long as it's something different. And squeeze. Good. Hands on the hips. Step back. Find your balance. You can adjust here so you feel balanced. That's very important. Good. And we'll just lower and lift. Bend and straighten. Squeeze your glutes. Feel your hamstrings. Feel your ankles. Good, let's add the arms. So forward and back. Keep the breath easy. Don't over breathe. Keep your mouth closed. Good, hands on hips. Prepare for balancing crane. Weight on the front foot. Back foot slides up and lifts. Flex the foot, find your balance. Option to extend your leg. Bend, extend, bend, extend. Pause. Hold it wherever you want to hold it. Option to extend both arms up. Find a place to balance. Focus your gaze. Breath in, hands on hips, 2 feet down. Excellent. Let's move to our knees. So coming down onto your mat, hands on your lower back, fingertips down your butt, shoulder blades come towards each other. We're going to progressively work towards doing a bigger movement like this towards the end of class, but at the moment, we'll do a little baby one here. So little baby hip press, chest lift, slight back bend. Just lift your chest. Find your breath. Good. Put your mind into your legs. You want to be really working this from your hamstrings, your quads, hips. It's a very small lean back. Take a breath and release. Come down to all fours. Now, I'm going to give you options here. One option is table position, regular all fours. Another option is forearms. Come into forearms with either your palms up or down. This is your choice. Once you have found your position, we'll do some upper body rounding. So cat rounding, tuck tailbone, tuck chin, exhale. And tuck the tailbone so that it's the entire spine, not just the upper body actually. And reverse. Tuck tailbone, tuck chin, round spine, exhale. And reverse it. A couple more times. Spinal movement. Inhale, exhale. Good. Come to pausing. Put your mind now into your right leg. Lifting the right leg up. Flex right foot. Squeeze your heel into your butt. And now extend it out. So bend, extend, bend, and extend. Breathe in, breathe out through your nose. Good. Next time you've got your leg extended, pause. Lift it slightly higher. Squeeze your butt muscles a little bit so you're very much aware of your hip. Good. Breath in and release. You can find a child position here and find a moment of relaxation. Lifting yourself back up, all the way back up to your knees. Same thing. Your knees, hips, shoulders are all in alignment. Hands can rest lightly on your lower back, shoulder blades together. Send your hips forward. Energize the muscles of your legs and your butt. So this is important. Activate. Isolate and activate. So in other words, put your awareness into these muscles. Don't mindlessly do this. Mindfully squeeze. But it's not a big movement. It's pretty small. And lean back ever so slightly. Feel your sternum lifting a little bit. Your neck and jaw and face are all relaxed. Great. Take a breath. Release. Come down to your choice of table position. Now you're welcome to actually, well, you should probably do the same position for your arms on this side as you did on the other, just to balance things out with your left leg. So once you have found your choice, again, we'll do spinal flexing. So tuck tailbone, round spine. That's your exhale. Reverse it by lifting tailbone, looking forward and up. Tuck tailbone, round spine. Exhale. And reverse it. One more like that. And pause. Here we are. Taking now your left leg up. Flex your left foot. Bring the left heel, squeeze it into your butt, and then extend it out. Continue. Inhale it in and exhale it out. Light breaths through your nose. Continue. Breathing. Isolating that muscle in your hip, your hamstring, your butt. Just really aware. You can't see yourself doing this unless you're in front of a mirror. So you have to feel. Good. Now take it out and hold. Breathe in and out, hold. Don't try not to collapse in the upper body. Excellent. And lower and come to your knees. Find a child's position. This time take knees a little bit wider. Perhaps stack your hands or do whatever feels comfortable for a moment of child. What's nice when you're in child's pose is taking your breath into your hips, into your low back, just awareness, calming the nervous system here. Great, come back up. Now moving on to your belly. I'm going to turn around. Come lying down onto your belly. Chin forward, arms beside you, shoulder blades up and back. So take your shoulders forward, roll them back, and then hands are just down right beside you. Lifting one leg, it doesn't matter which. One leg about 6 inches off the floor. Lengthen through that leg and lower it. And then take the other one up. Not too high. Stretch it and lower it. Continue alternating like that. Up, stretch, lower. Up, stretch, lower. Now, we're going to keep both legs down, so press into the tops of your feet to activate your feet. And when you do that, it's very consciously activating your hamstrings as well and all the muscles around your knees. So you're pressing down on the tops of the feet. And entire legs are activated. Now take a breath and lift the chest, the head, and the arms. And lift up, shoulder blades pulling towards each other, pushing your fingertips towards behind you, and lower. So let's lift and lower here. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, hold here. Now if you like, add the legs. And you have found your Savasana boat pose. Good, inhale and exhale, relax. Good. Bring your arms in front of you for crocodile pose. Rest forehand on top of stacked hands. And here we would like to let go of any tension in the hips. So rock your pelvis side to side. And perhaps pick up your feet, move your ankles around, and then windshield wiper. Knees are fairly wide apart here as you windshield wiper your knees side to side to release tension in your lower back and in your hips. From here, lower down, take a moment of rest. Curl your toes. With your weight on your forearms in front of you, come up. Elbows are underneath shoulders. Palms can be up or down, your choice. Tuck your chin into your chest and round your upper back. And then look forward. Inhale. Exhale, turn and look over your shoulder, whichever way you went is fine. Inhale. Exhale to center. Inhale. Exhale, other direction. Inhale. Exhale, center. And round it again. Come forward. Go the other way this time, so look over the opposite shoulder. Inhale, exhale forward, inhale, exhale to the side, and back to center. One more round, take a breath, round it. Good, and pause, relax. Okay, take a moment here and feel a sense of just letting go. Feels like we've done quite a bit of work already. Pick up your feet, rotate your ankles, circle them around one direction then the other, and lower down. Then bring yourself back up. Coming all the way up onto your knees, knees underneath hips, hips underneath shoulders. feet are behind you, tops of your feet are pressing down on the mat behind you. So really feel the tops of your feet and your tops of your toes pressing, your pinky toes. And arms will come right out, zombie position in front of you. Inhale. As you exhale, pull back, squeeze your shoulder blades, and take your whole body with you as you lean. So, and you can squeeze and pull back. Rotate like you're grabbing a hold of a rope and then pulling it back with you. So continue. Lean back. Squeeze shoulder blades. And see if you can progressively go back a little bit farther. Breathe easily in and out through your nose. The body stays straight. Keep a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. And lean back as far as you feel comfortable. Nice strong hips. Good. Let's hold the next one wherever you want to hold it, okay? So take it back. You can drop your hands. Maybe your fingers will come towards your heels. This is as far as I'm going to go today. Hold. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Up. And if you can go all the way back into a full camel, you can take it further. Grab your heels. You can curl your toes so that your heels are closer if you want. And camel pose variation. Hips forward, sternum lifted. And release. Okay, so now we're going to finish up with more work on the hips, and what we need is a block. So my block's over there. I'm going to go get it. So if you don't have a block nearby, you could get a book, like a big dictionary or something, because it'll work just as well. Okay, got my block. You got your block or your book. Come back to your mat and come to sit on your mat with your legs extended. And I'm going to remove this. Here's what we'll need to do. We're going to have the block right next to your feet down there. And then you're going to come back and rest on your forearms. So this is a really excellent hip exercise for strengthening our hips. And here it is. Are you ready? Lift your right leg up and pass over your block or your book, and then lower down and lift it up again. And we're going to do that 10 times. So that was 1. 2. This is really boring, right? This is exercise. This is where yoga and exercise become one. Connect your mind and your body with your breath so it stays yoga. I lost count. Did you count? Okay, so let's say that 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. Move your block. Now you can do this as we just did on our forearms. You can also do it lying down. That's completely fine. So we'll lift the upper leg now. The other leg rather. Lift it up, go across and down. Lift up, over and down. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Come back and rest. Whew. Your hips are really going to thank you for this. Walk your feet in towards your butt. Take your feet wider than your hips, mat width apart. Knees drop out side to side. Your arms can come over to the sides, palms face up, kind of in a cactus sort of thing. Key here though is feet are quite wide. This is also for your hips. It's stretching along the whole side of the body. Keep going. Do this a little bit more. Side to side. Take it to a pause. Whichever direction you're at, pause. And then you can have it be a bit of a twist by turning your head to look in the opposite direction as the knees are going. Then looking up, bring knees to center and drop them to the opposite direction. The upper leg is pressing down a little bit so you can feel the stretch. Inhale, exhale to center. Pick both feet up off the floor and draw your knees into your chest. You'll rock your lower back side to side, giving yourself a little massage of your whole spine from your sacrum, your lower back, all the way up to your shoulders and the occipital ridge, the base of your skull. So rock it side to side. Last, feet down, again a little wider than your hips. Remember from the beginning of class when we connected into the tripods of your feet, do that again. Find the 3 points of contact in each foot and lift your toes. Take a breath. Exhale, plant your toes back down and really feel your toes and feel your feet. Now pelvic tilt. So squeeze your butt and lift your tailbone off the floor 1 inch. Now reverse it, and there should be some space where you could place your hands underneath your lower back. There's some room there. So you go ahead and feel if you've got a little space underneath your lower back. And now press the lower back into the floor and squeeze your butt and tailbone off the floor 1 inch. Go ahead and do that back and forth. This is one of the most beneficial things we can do for our bodies. Squeeze and release. Pelvic tilts. And don't be afraid to give yourself a very strong squeeze in your butt. Pause here. Take both feet up off the floor and draw them in. Lastly, left foot down, right leg up. Feel the stretch in the back of your leg all the way up to your heel. Point and flex. Take this same leg, cross it over. So right leg crosses the left. Lift both feet up off the floor. Flex both feet. And then tailbone lifts and upper body lifts. Hold here. Balance. Good. Take a breath. Exhale, release. Undo your legs. You can do the gentle bounce out if you like. Kick your butt lightly. Both feet back to the mat. Right, left knee in, left leg extends. Hold here. Good. Now take this leg, cross it over. Lift both feet up off the floor. Lift the upper body and tailbone up, head up. Tailbone up, head up. Balance. Inhale, exhale, and let that go. Prepare to finish this session with either a lying down Savasana situation or sit up into your meditative position. So whichever you like, find it. And then close your eyes. Tuning into your breath, letting go of yourself physically. So feeling your muscles and your bones just melt, soften, feel heavy. And then let go mentally. See if you can allow any busy thoughts coming through your mind to continue on and become more aware of the space between each thought than the thought itself. Notice the empty space before another thought comes along. And you might notice your breath. Allow for stillness. Letting the sound of the singing bowl gently bring you back, coming back into your body, your room, deepening your breath. And as you are ready, start your movement and your transition. If you're lying down, choose perhaps to come back up and end class in a seated position. And after finding a comfortable seat, let's bring our hands together, rub them. And drawing prayer hands to your heart center, smile into your heart. And then sending a prayer for peace and healing to your own heart, and then to the hearts of those you love. And then a prayer for peace to all beings around the planet and to our planet Earth. Namaste. I thank you so much for joining me today and hope you will click on the subscribe button. And there's also a little bell. If you click on the bell, every time I upload something new, you'll get a notification. Also, there are comments. You can scroll down below and there'll be a place where you can write a comment. And that really helps me to know that you're engaged, and it motivates me to make more videos for you. And I'd love to know what you thought. If you have questions, comments, suggestions, this is my intention for it to be a collaborative effort. So leave me a comment, a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time at Forever Yoga with Susannah.